everyone, and happy Thursday. I hope you've all had a really great week. Mine has been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little lazy because it is just hot. But I've been creative, so that's always a good thing, right? So I am just gonna get right to it today. I have a few announcements. It is the beginning of the month. So on Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, we always have lots of announcements. And I kind of clued you into a few of them last week. So starting, it was on Tuesday, we started with the In Color sale. So it's 15% off the newest In Colors. So anything with Cloud Cover, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Darling Duckling, or Secret Sea. Those items are on sale. And it's not just, I mean, it's the usual. It's like the ink, the markers, cardstock, but it's also items that have that color in it. So like Designer Series paper, if it has one of those colors in it, is probably on sale. So you might want to check everything out. I believe on the website there is a link on there, or a category that says In Color sale, and so if you click on that, it'll show you everything that is on sale that has the In Color in it. So check it out before you place your order. You might want to check that out. And then also the last chance list was updated. We're going to talk about that in a minute. The last chance list was updated, and they also made a little announcement. We are not going to have Celebration in January, so we are saying farewell to Celebration. So you'll find in the last chance category there are a few items that were from the last Celebration that they have put on the last chance list. So I know that paper with the fruit on it, that was a good one that's in there. And then the paper that matches that mushroom stamp set, that paper is in there too. And I believe there's a couple other stamp sets that were in the Celebration offering. That is on the last chance list as well. So we are saying farewell to Celebration. But they will be having different kinds of sale starting in the new year. It's the product of the month, and I don't have a lot of details on it. There'll be more details coming up later, so don't want to explain that right now. I've heard little bits and pieces, but I want to get the full story before I pass that along to you. But check out the last chance list because there's a lot of stuff on there. We also had 3 new kits come out. The Brighten Your Day kit, Bunch of Thanks, and the Harvest Home Garland kit. The Bunch of Thanks kit I know is on sale for $19.55 because it has an In Color in it. So that's one of the items that is on sale because it has an In Color in it. And then I saw the Harvest Home Garland kit. I heard from somebody that it makes like 5 feet of garland, and it's all like fall leaves. It looks really, really pretty. I did not get the kits. I'm trying to clearance out my kits that I have before I order more kits. But if there is a kit that you really like, go ahead and order it. Let me know how you like it. I'm kind of eager to see. I kind of want to see the Brighten Your Day because it looks really, really pretty. It's like light colors. So. And then also the Craft Along, the Facebook Live Craft Along. It is August 21st. I just finished cutting packets today, so I know I had a couple people want one through the mail. I'll be sending those out, and I have a few left already. So August 21st is the Craft Along. We're using the Floral Charm Designer Series paper. Order the kit and you can craft along with me. If you can't watch it live, you can always go back and watch it. I did start a YouTube channel, so you can probably find my stuff on the YouTube. I have a few videos on there, not a lot, but just like the past probably maybe 5 or 6 lives that I've done are on the YouTube channel. So if you put in, I think if you put in my name and Brunch Bunch Stampers, or even just Brunch Bunch Stampers, you might be able to find it. So I will try and put that link in after the video today. What else? Oh, so we were talking about the last chance list. So that brings me to today's topic. So I always try to look at the last chance list because I try and keep my own personal inventory of things that I like to use. I like to keep it up to date because I don't want to show you something that you cannot get. So I pulled off all of this designer series paper off of my shelf. I'm so sad. But go ahead and grab these items if you really like them. Get them on the last chance list. So we had that really colorful paper. That's the Full of Life designer series paper is on there. The Sweet as Can Be. This was the recolored bee paper. It's like the pink. We use this at our retreat, our summer retreat. If you went to my summer retreat, this paper is on there. This one was kind of one of my favorites. This is the Mediterranean Blooms. It had the oranges and lemons. This one is on there. This one is from Valentine's Day. It's the Marbled Elegance. It had that gold marbling in there. So there is that one. This one here is the Thoughtful Designs. It kind of has that ombre look to it. It has all the different colors. Then we have some pastel glimmer paper. There were 3 different colors in here. There's like green, purple, and a blue in here. This one is the Floral and Gingham Vellum. And there was the DSP to match. This is the vellum. The vellum is on sale, but I believe the regular paper is still on there. And then we have the glimmer paper from the last set of In Colors. So that is on there. And then the one I'm going to work with tonight, this is the Country Lace designer series paper. I only have a few sheets of that left, so I'm going to work with that tonight. Alright, let me move all my stuff. I'm going to point you down and we will get started. Hold on. Alright. Get you in my little holder. Turned you a little too soon there. There we go. I think we are set. Okay. Mom, I see you're trying hard not to get more paper. I completely understand. I have been trying to use up some of my paper as well. As you know, I have been doing some craft sales. Have joined a couple of markets. And market season is coming up. I did join another market that is starting in September. It is every Thursday morning at a church out in Sun City. I'll have to get the more information for you. And then I got a couple other ones coming up. So I've been trying to use up my designer series paper. So we are going to use this one. This is the Country Lace. I don't have a lot left. It's got like the smoky slate. We have, what is it? Misty Moonlight and Basic Beige and Petal Pink. So this one is very light colors. I do like the Misty Moonlight in here. But I am going to work with this piece today. It's the Smoky Slate. But you'll see that there's all kinds of like really light colors in here. It's actually a really nice paper, and obviously I must have used it for something. I'm sure it's been around for a little while, so I'm not surprised it's leaving us. Obviously I only have a few sheets left, so I did use it for some cards. So it was a good paper. Sorry to see it go. I'm sorry to see a lot of them go. They always come out with really good papers. I did order, as a demonstrator, I'm allowed to order from pre-order from the upcoming holiday catalog. I forgot to mention that. Good stuff coming up. I did not expedite my order, so next week you'll see what I ordered. All right, so we're going to use this fun stamp set, Long Time No See. I just love this little wiener dog here. And the llama, he's got this funny little face. We did use him at the Christmas in July class. But I'm going to show you how to lengthen this little dog. Okay? So, I'm going to get my papers ready. I did not pre-cut. I was going to do that. And then my daughter came home with a fish tank. No fish yet, just the tank. So she's trying to get it ready. So I was helping her out. So, I'll let you know how that goes. Alright, so I have a piece of smoky slate. I'm just going to get my card base ready. And we're going to do it like a little fun fold. Hey Lily, glad you can join us. Alright, so I have, excuse me, the basic half a sheet of designer series paper, 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it in the middle at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to score this one side at like 2 1/8. So then we have this little fun fold here, like that. Okay, so that's the basic. I'll get my bone folder out in a second. I just want to prep all my pieces. So I need some white pieces. So I need my little background piece. I'm going to do, let's do it this way first because I'm going to cut the whole thing. So we're going to do 5 1/4 because we want a little border. So you know our card is 5.5. So when you're doing layers, you just take off a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch at a time. Sometimes an 1/8, but a 1/4 inch works very well. Okay, so my inside layer, I'm going to do 4. And then I have my other 2 pieces, my 2 little panels. These are 2 1/8, so I'm just going to do them at 2. Just makes it a little easier. So I need 2 of those. And I've seen other people work on this cute little dog, different ways of doing it, but I'm going to do it my way. There might be easier ways. Alright, so I'm going to use the little bit of this paper and I'm going to make like a little border. So I want to do like borders across the top and the bottom of this paper. So I am going to cut 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch at the bottom. And then I'm going to do like 1 1/4. I'm using this side over here in case you're wondering. 1 1/4 for the top. And then I just want to cut my pieces to match my white insert. So 4 inches, and then I need 2 of them at 2 inches. Okay. And like I said, I was going to prep this stuff earlier, but I didn't. And then my daughter came home with a fish tank. No fish yet, but a fish tank nonetheless. She wants to do a fish. She wants to get a fish. I guess they're pretty harmless. Not much you need to do to care for them, right? Alright, so I have those pieces cut. I think that's all we need right now. Alright, so I am going to get out my white pieces again. And this is what we're going to work with. And I'm going to set my other little pieces aside over here. And I'm going to get out this cute little dog. And then I need this really long piece to make the long body. Now you can also use this really long piece to make a long neck for the llama. And I'll show you when we're done. I'll show you the card we did at the Christmas in July class. It was really, really cute. And then I'm going to be using a couple little greetings in here. I'm going to be using sorry, I'm a little behind. And then I'm going to do a happy birthday. So cute. All right, so I had to get out the big block for this one. Okay, I'm going to set this aside here. Get all my pieces on blocks. Just get everything ready. There we go. Okay, so here is what we're going to do. So I have these little pieces of grid paper. Now these were from way back when we used to have the Stamparatus. You could take the bigger pieces of grid paper and cut them down. That's what I did before I had this paper. I have a little bit left. Now I am just going to remember that I'm going to use this line here as my like little measurement or my little guide, and I'm going to put my piece of paper right on there. Okay, and I'm just going to use some black ink, and I'm going to ink up my little dog. I was having a really hard time yesterday with the ink. I was getting it everywhere. I don't know what my problem was yesterday, but I was having a time, I'm telling you. All right, so my little dog, and remember we want to do a little border at the top and a little border at the bottom. So we kind of want to put him in the middle, and I want to stamp up until his one of the stripes on his little shirt. So there's like a little line on his shirt. We want to do right where that is. Okay, so we're gonna just stamp him there, and I'm using this paper on purpose because you'll see why. Okay, so I'm gonna move him aside, and then I want my next piece of paper. And remember, we were using this down here, okay? And I'm going to put this here along that line, line it up. And we want to make sure that we have this piece here because we want to be able to stamp the next part across, so when we put the papers that they match up to the dog. You'll see what I mean. Alright, so now we just want to make sure that we're kind of lining up where the dog's body was, and we want to stamp across the paper. Okay, and that's the next one. So now we're going to take this next piece, okay, and see how we have some of the that long body piece right here. We're going to use that now as a guide for his little behind. Okay, so now we just want his little behind, and so we're going to line up the rest of his body with this part that we stamped on our scrap piece of paper. So that's how we get them lined up. Might not be completely perfect, but nonetheless it will line up. Alright, so now when you kind of put the pieces together, and I just noticed I got ink all over the place on me. So see how he kind of lines up? It's not quite perfect, but it's good enough because you'll have a little space in between there. Alright, so let's give him a little bit of coloring. So I did get out the blends, And we've got pecan pie. And we have smoky slate, pool party, and petal pink. So we are gonna color our cute little doggo. And I like to use the blend, so I like to do the dark first and just hit where like the shadows might be or where you want it dark. And then I'll go in and use the light. I'm going to go ahead and color his little behind at the same time. And you can always go back and add more of the dark for your shadow, for the shadow effect. And I like to, because they are called blends for a reason, so you'll color over that dark part that you colored because it'll blend into the light marker that you're using. So you just want to blend that in, just as the word implies, blend. All right. So then I'm going to color his cute little sweater. And I'm going to use the 3 colors. We'll try and make it quick. So I'm going to hit up this. I'm going to do the first one with Smoky Slate. And then we're going to do every third one. Right? 2, 3, something like that. I was playing with this cute little dog on a couple other cards, and you'll see it was actually really fun to give him some color and play with the different colors. I did use some of the paper that is on the last chance list for my other cards, so you'll see those when we're done. I think he's super cute. And you could, there's a little stamp for, that has like some little Christmas lights that you could, it looks like it's wrapped around his little body. We used it for the Christmas in July class for the llama. We wrapped the lights around his neck. It was really, really cute. Alright, so next I'm going to do some pool party. Try and get this moving along here a little bit. And I just picked some of the colors that were in the paper. And we're in the kind of the same family. I don't think pool party was in this pack of paper. But the petal pink is in this pack, and the pool party is in the same color family. So I just wanted to add a little extra color, and since we were working with gray, I thought it would be a good addition. And I thought it would make his sweater kind of cute. Alright, and now we are on to the last one, the petal pink. petal pink, I think, is dying. The tip is kind of funky. You ever get weird tips on your blends? It's kind of sad because you have to buy the whole set again. But remember, you don't have to press hard with blends because they're alcohol based. They color really easily. All right, there we go. Super cute, super cute. All right, let us add our little strips, and then we will get this cute little pup into a card. All right, so I'm gonna do my little strips. And I've been telling you guys, I've been using this Tombow green glue a little bit more lately. I really like it because you have like a couple extra seconds to kind of smoosh the paper around so that it's on there straight. Sometimes I find when I use my regular adhesive, the Stampin' Seal, I don't quite get a piece on there right, and then you're ripping it off. And don't get me wrong, it's good for some things, but I have really been using this Tombow glue quite a bit lately. Alright, so see how those kind of lined up there? We're going to do the same with the top. My poor little dog, he's got glue on him. Alright, and I don't have a napkin to wipe him off. Just going to use our fingers, and then we have those wonderful erasers. So we'll let that dry a little bit. Telling you, I have had butterfingers for the last couple of days. I don't know what it is. We'll get him fixed up. We will get him fixed up for sure, because he is too cute to waste. I told you the other day, yesterday, when I was playing with this stamp set, I had ink everywhere. I don't know what was going on with me, but I had ink everywhere. Alright, so here we have one of those wonderful erasers, and we are just going to erase off that glue I accidentally got on him with my butterfingers. If you do not have one of these erasers, it is a must for your craft stash. Alright, that one's good. Alright, I think we're okay. We are okay. See, even I make mistakes, right? I'm going to clean that off. So if you do not have one of these glass mats, they are really great. I'm going to use my chamois to get off this glue. We are good to go. I had this glass mat for a while, a couple of months before I actually got it out and used it. And boy, I tell you, I really like it. So I use it all the time now. It is a permanent, has a permanent home on my table here. Alright. Oh, my poor little dog. But I think we're good. We're good. Alright, so I'm going to add a little happy birthday on here. And I can't decide what color I think I'm going to do the pool party. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I had gotten out a couple different inks. Oh yeah, I like that. All right, let's get him set up here. Try not to drop any more pieces. All right, so here we have piece number 1. He still has a little bit on him. I'll get him off, get it off when I'm done. And then we have his little middle part of his body. And then we have his little tail. His little behind. And then I'm just going to add a little tag to the front. It's kind of cute. Alright, so I am going to add another piece of paper here, and I'm going to get out this punch here, and I forget what it's called. I'm so sorry. I will post it when we are done. But I'm going to punch this out, and I'm going to use this piece because I'm going to stamp this part that says, sorry, I'm a little behind. So this is great, a great card if you are behind on sending out birthday cards. I just sent out birthday cards for August birthdays yesterday, and it is already what? Today's the 7th. So I just barely sent stuff out yesterday. Alright, so I'm going to use little dimensionals. So I'm going to put this like right here. So I want to put some dimensionals there. Just going to do 2. Okay, and then I have this ribbon. This is, what is this called? This is just some white ribbon. It's like 1/4 inch ribbon. And yeah, Mom, the llama is cute, but yeah, the dog, wait till you see the other couple of cards I did. They're really cute. It was so fun to color his little sweater with all the different colors. Anyways, I'm not a big fan of just like making a bow and sticking it on the card. Like, I like to wrap my ribbon around stuff, but it works for this card. It just works. I don't know why. I guess, you know, there is a place for everything, so. Alright, so I'm going to get out some glue dots. So this little dog, this little stamp set, this is on the online exclusives. This was the last go round of online exclusives. We're going to have another round of online exclusives next month, along with the holiday catalog. So there's going to be lots to choose from. Alright, so I am getting out these metallic gems. And I am just going to give them a little bling. Gotta have some bling. We'll put that here. And we'll put a little bit here. That's enough. All right. So there we have the cute little dog. Now you could make them even longer across the page. by masking. So you'd put a piece of paper and then stamp, and then you could use the body, the long piece, and stamped even more. So you could make them a little bit longer. I'm so mad at myself for dropping that, but it'll come off. It'll come off. But anyways, you can make him even longer. I've seen cards where he's longer. Here's a darker version. It was really, really fun to color this dog. He is just way too cute. This sweater is just so fun. So this is the longer, another longer version. I did do one where I did mask a little bit and make him longer and cut him out. But you can see here where I should have maybe not done quite this far on the original sweater, because there's a little spot here where it comes up, this this part here where his sweater starts to come up. I should have cut off my mask one ring sooner, and then I could have avoided this little hiccup here. But it doesn't look too bad. I think he still came out super cute. And then this one here was really fun with the purples and the green. So here's like the regular size, and here's medium, and here's extra long. So that's what I was explaining him last night to my husband. So we have the regular, medium, and extra long. So super, super cute. And then here is the llama. Let me take it out of the plastic so you can see a little better. Here's the llama that we did for the Christmas in July class. And you can see where we wrapped, we have the little stamp to add the Christmas lights to his collar. So here's this little stamp in here. So we just added the cute little Christmas lights on his collar, on his sweater. So cute. So anyway, so this stamp set has been so fun to play with. You know, it's not, I don't normally get sets like this, I think, but I've been kind of a little more prone to getting them, I guess. But I'm glad I got this one. I got it because of the dog. He was too cute. But the llama, he's a cute llama version. I've seen some of our llamas, you know, in past years, and they're not quite as cute, but he's actually really cute. So, all right, everyone, I hope you have a really good night. Don't forget to shop the Last Chance list if you liked any of this paper. So this glimmer paper is on the Last Chance list. This is part of that that very colorful 6x6 paper. I forget the name of it, but check it out. There's lots of DSP that is on the Last Chance list, and there's a lot of stuff out there. So, but once it's gone, it's gone. And then don't forget to pick up this cute little dog so that you can make your fun little Christmas cards or even birthday cards. Alright, everyone, have a really great night. Have a great weekend. Stay cool out there. It is blazing hot. And I will see you back here next week. Good night, everyone.